official. Hello, everybody. Yay. I see the cute faces. Alex already knows. This is our official, like, Debbie, I don't know why you're not doing it. Oh, there we go. All right. So, everybody, welcome to the first of the week Ask Before You Buy coaching call. Well, sort of a coaching call. What we're going to do is we're going to have these calls all week long. So, don't worry if anything is still confusing at the end of this call or you think of a question after this call, you can always attend one of the other ones. And we have them all week. So, I think we actually have Monday, Tuesday. Actually, I'll tell you right now. Hold on, let me pull it up. And we will post in the group to remind you guys. Oh, wait, everybody's coming in. I love it. There's like 25 of you guys. I'm getting a little scared. I have public speaking issues. Okay. For those of you that don't know me yet. And I will introduce myself in a second officially, but let me pull up the official schedule. Okay. We have, I think Kim is doing tomorrow night. I think I may have lost it already. I think it'd be organized. Kim is doing tomorrow. Hang on. I lost the graphic. Okay, so Kim is tomorrow. Head trainer Laura is Wednesday. I think Dr. Rachel is Thursday. I don't want to mess you guys up and confuse you, but I thought I had the graphic. But anyways, we have somebody pretty much every day of the week. So if you guys think of questions afterwards, don't worry. And you guys can always tag us if you think and you can't attend any of the calls for the rest of the week. Please tag us. Like, we're here to help you regardless. Okay. I guess I don't know where I put the graphic. Oh, I'm such a big help. I'm starting this off on a bang. I don't know. All right. So those of you who don't know me, I am Coach VB, Coach Vanessa. Everybody calls me Coach VB. So I won't bore you with my life story by any means, but I think it's important to know why I'm here, first of all, and not like me personally, but how I got into this, this position here as a coach. And I met Kim in 2019. Okay. And I won't give you all the details because that would take forever, but I met Kim in 2019 after I had 3 babies. So I kind of had like 3 toddlers. Okay. I was breastfeeding these 3 toddlers and I was not happy with my body, as one usually is after having 3. I had 3 babies in 19 months. So I had twins, and then 19 months later, I had a third. And so my body was completely like ravaged. And so I found Kim in one of the ads on Facebook, the 4-week shred, the original 4-week shred that you guys cannot find anywhere. It's not for sale anywhere. We had a list of 10 foods. That was it. 10 foods, no meal plans, no PDFs, none of the stuff that we have now. No app for sure, obviously, because this is brand new. And I lost. Well, let me show you a picture. Let me show you a picture and then we'll get into the fun stuff. By the way, as you guys have questions, please feel free to interrupt at any time. Just type it in the chat and I will answer them as they come along. But I want to show you how I started. So this was me when I first, can you guys see? I don't know if it's like, so this is me when I started, when I found Kim. Look, I'm so happy. My face is like, oh my God. Wait, hold on. I got this shirt almost fell on my head. I feel like it's dark. Oh, there we go. A little bit better. Because it's turning. Okay, so this is me, and you could see the date was, so it's backwards for the US because we were following, this is back when we had to write our own templates. Okay, so this was January 2019. And here is a side shot. So you would look at me and you would be like, okay, relatively decent. It's not like I'm like massively overweight, but you could see it's all mostly in my stomach, right? I just had 3 babies and I think the youngest was 2. And so, and then the twins were 3. So I did the 4-week shred and the pink was my after. So I'm showing you guys this just as a quick example. I am totally not going to like run this into the ground, but I want you guys to see what happened to me in the 4-week shred, because this was the catapult. So you see, I'm like super skinny. Okay. Nothing wrong with this body, but I was shocked that I didn't look like Kim. Okay. I was shocked. I was like, I came into this program and I was like, why don't I look like Kim? Like, I literally was like, 4 weeks. This is going to be insane. Never did anything like this before. Took my pictures. I was super happy in the moment when I took my pictures, because it was the first time in a really long time that I had the flat stomach, especially having the babies, right? So, but I was still very confused. Why did I not look like Kim? I didn't understand what it took to look like Kim. I just saw Kim and was like, yes, that's what I want. Okay. Fast forward. She pretty much instantly asked me to be a coach. After we went back and forth, I was always answering questions in the groups and stuff, trying to help everybody. And I was very not like I am in real life. I was very sociable. I am not that way in real life, okay? But I'm very online sociable. So I was always answering questions, always like trying to keep the energy of the group. And she asked me to be a coach. And so what I did from that point on, I started to work to build muscle. And Kim had a lot of come to Jesus meetings. And this is why it's really important, why I want everybody to kind of understand at least where the coaches come from, because we can relate to what you guys are going through. It may not be obviously the exact same story, the exact same situation, but we oh yes, Linda, we're about to talk about the app real quick. I'm just giving everybody a quick intro. So we basically, she asked me to be a coach, and I worked really hard on building muscle. And the picture I'm about to show you is what ended up happening after my Buns and Guns, the program that we are about to start in the app, if you guys decide to. After I did Buns and Guns a couple years later, okay, this is what I ended up looking like. So you could see I put on, I was still like small, like skinny, like basically scrawny, right? Right? Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. So, but I didn't look like Kim, but I put on a lot of muscle. Like you can see there's a big difference between that and the pink picture. And I was so happy. I was like, look at my butt. I was like, oh my God. Now remember, I'm super shredded, or shredded for my body in this picture on purpose, because this was the end of an 8-week shred, which is the Buns and Guns old version, like the original version. Anyways, fast forward all that stuff. Kim really helped me put into perspective how much work it takes to change your body. Okay. Back then, I wasn't perimenopausal. I was like 30. I don't even know how old I was. It was 6 years ago. So maybe 35 ish. Okay. And it was relatively easy because of that. Right now, I'm in the perimenopause phase, and things are not like they were. They're not like they were. They're never going to be like they were again. And it's okay. Okay. So what we want to teach you, we'll talk about the app. Oh, by the way, those of you that are just now joining, type your questions about the app or about Buns and Guns 4.0, and I'm going to hit them up in a second. I'm doing a quick intro so you understand kind of who I am and how I got here and why I'm in front of your face today. So things now are starting to get different, right? And I have found that over the years working with Kim, one of the number one things that I always appreciated about her was that she wasn't afraid to be honest with me. She wasn't afraid to tell me how much I needed to eat and what I needed. I needed to kind of get over myself and be like, okay, you're used to really basically eating almost nothing, or eating almost nothing and then binging, after that because you're so hungry. And she was never afraid to tell me the truth of when I was messing up like my own progress because of millions of reasons. And so I went through a lot of the programs that she created, and I built the body that I wanted. And through this time, I was a coach. And so now, fast forward to here where we are today, and the company is so different from when I joined. We're so much bigger. We are growing so fast. Part of that is the introduction of this new app. So the Sculpted Menopause app. And also, what I'm going to say, what I said before I hit record. Oh, Linda, you're so cute. You said, wait till you're 20 years older. I know, believe me. But do you know what I have to say? I'm not scared. Do you know why I'm not scared? Because I am like kind of putting on this armor, or I'm arming myself with all of the science and all of the knowledge that I could possibly obtain to fight against that and to be ready for that and to change. Because here's the thing. We can know all the science about metabolism and why our body gains fat and why it's easier to gain fat and harder to put on muscle and all this stuff that happens. We can gain all this information, all this knowledge, but that's not what's going to change anything. We have to be willing to change the habits that we've been so used to for 20, 30, 40 years, however long, right? Things that used to work in the past that do not work anymore. If you, each one of you that is listening to me right now, can be like, okay, I accept the fact that now I'm getting older, I'm getting closer to menopause, or maybe you're already in menopause. And the things that I used to do before to keep me lean or strong or whatever, happy with my body, they don't work anymore. And instead of fighting that and being like, oh, I wish I was younger, I wish I could eat this. And I when I was younger, I used to eat pizza and cake and I never gained a pound. You can't go back there. But it's okay that you can't go back there. You're not supposed to be back there anymore. There's a reason why we age, and there's a reason why things change as we age. And it's a response to a different phase in our life. It's not anything negative. I know it feels like it is sometimes because we don't have like the knowledge that we need and we kind of feel like everything's out of control. And so now the sculpted vegan, which what was the sculpted vegan when I joined is now Team Sculpted. What we are doing now is we're really like we're shifting the focus to menopause, perimenopause, and beyond, because this is the most critical time in your life where maybe previously in the previous decades, maybe you didn't have to work very hard for the body that you wanted. Maybe you could eat whatever you want and kind of get away with it. And it may have given you this sense of, I'm always going to be like this. Why would it be any different? And we don't really understand. Or maybe we might be like, we might look at somebody else that's a little bit older and be like, oh, I'm never going to be like that. Like, she's really unlucky. Like, that is not going to be me. And we don't understand that that is going to be you if you don't actively fight against it. And so we don't have to be scared of it. But the more that you know, that's the first step, is like learning the knowledge. The second step is applying the knowledge without being afraid of failing, because part of learning means you have to fail. You have to make the mistakes. You have to try things. You have to go through trial and error and see what works for your body, because what works for you is not going to work for me. And what works for Alex is not going to work for Fiona. And that's the way it's always been. But sometimes we get very hung up on, when I was younger, I used to be able to do this. And we get so attached to that. And it's like, oh, that feels, I don't want to let that go. Life used to be so easy, but we have to let it go because you can't go back in time. And that's not a negative thing. That's a beautiful thing that you can't go back in time. So now when we can help you guys embrace the next phase of your lives with all the knowledge that you need, help you implement the knowledge that we are giving you, help you with the coaching calls, answering your questions in the group, anything that we could possibly do for you. It makes it not as scary. It's okay if it still feels scary. Like, part of this is like, we're scared of the unknown. We're like, it's unfamiliar, it's unknown. I don't know how I don't know how my body's going to react to this. I don't know what to expect. And it's okay to be scared of that, but we can use that to be a little bit more of a fuel to be like, okay, I'm ready to change things. I'm ready to accept the fact that 20 years ago, those habits, those things that I used to do, they don't apply anymore. And it's okay. So as soon as you could just accept that and be like, I'm ready for this, instead of fighting it and be like, no, I wish it was different, and my friend can eat all this stuff. You are not your friend. Okay. You are not your friend. So one thing that you guys may start to notice, there's a lot of new people here. So you aren't necessarily noticing this yet, but as you stick around longer and you start to see how we answer questions and how Kim shows up in the calls, and even how, if you guys end up doing the coaching calls with us for Buns and Guns, a lot of the focus with us is getting you to face your reality. Because the biggest problem that we have as humans is that we have this reality that's in front of us, and then we're like, I'm not going down that path. That path is scary. I refuse to believe it. And one of the most, I would say, one of the most disrupting things that happens with you guys is like, you start a program like Buns and Guns 4.0, which we'll talk about in a second, and it comes time to take the pictures. And a lot of us have never taken pictures of ourselves in 20, 30, 40 years, right? Or even 10 years, even 5 years. It doesn't matter. It's been a long time. Why? Because we take pictures and all of a sudden it's like, I didn't know that was under there. Like, where did that come from? I walk past the mirror every day and I don't see that, because you don't want to see that. And what part of what we make you do, which we understand is very difficult, we make you face the reality. When you can look at yourself pretty much naked in the mirror and take a picture of yourself, bikini, naked, whatever it is, and you are willing to stare at that picture with no judgment, no shame, just, this is what I look like. And you're like, but it's okay, because I'm working to make adjustments to this. I'm working to make this look the way and feel the way that I want to. You can't do that unless you face the reality first. So one of the biggest themes that you guys are going to start to notice from us is that we really try to push you to face reality. And we know it's emotional, and we know it's hard, and we know it sucks. But as soon as you can face it, everything else becomes instantly easier. As long as you're willing to accept the fact that this is the reality and you're not running from it anymore, you're going head first. And this is going to be scary, which is why nobody wants to do it, which is why so many people are walking around not happy with themselves and not happy with their bodies and their health and everything else, because they don't want to face reality, because reality is scary. But what is scarier than facing reality is not facing reality and thinking that something is not the way it is. And you're just kind of like oblivious to everything. And you never reach your goals, and you never focus on anything that makes you happy, and you never get yourself healthier, get yourself leaner, get yourself stronger. And you just, I'm not going to face it. That's scarier than just facing reality and fixing what needs to be fixed. Right? Okay. I'm not going to go off on a tangent anymore because this is not a coaching call. I love the mindset stuff and like the yappity yap, 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 but that's not what today is. Okay. I promise I will shut myself up from this point on when it comes to that stuff. I'm reading your comments. Deborah's here. Deborah, our other newest coach. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. Okay. And CT says, love the focus on menopause now that we were talking about it. Yes. So everything, pretty much everything. Yeah. I don't want to say pretty much everything from now on is going to be focused primarily from perimenopause and beyond, which by the way, I don't know if a lot of you, I don't know if anybody is around this age or if anybody knows this. Perimenopause starts at age 35. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to share the news, okay? To share the science. Don't get mad at me. Those of you that are 35 or 36, 37, you're like, oh, no. Okay. I'm 41. And I will tell you right now, I have almost no symptoms of being in perimenopause, except for one thing. Do you want to know what that is? Besides my brain, I've always been like that. That's not a perimenopause thing, okay? I sweat my ass off at night. I sweat my ass off at night. Not every night, but I sweat my ass off at night. And I know that is the start of me being in perimenopause, but that's only happened in like the last year. For the last previous 5, I had nothing, right? So you may not have, those of you that are around my age, you may not have any symptoms of anything. And you'll be like, no, I am not there yet. I'm sorry, but you are. And the science shows it starts at 35. And even if you have no symptoms, it's perfect timing for you, those of you that are in this age range, to start making the changes now before your body tries to kill you, send you off the bridge as fast as possible. You're like, no, I've already been making the changes little by little. I'm ready for this, instead of like, wham bam, we got to do this now. Okay, so let's see. Oh, CT is, oh, I messed my, sorry, hang on, I'm coming back. I hit the, hang on. There we go. Okay, we're good. I hit the screensaver. If I put my mouse on like the corner of the screen, it just like turns everything off. Okay, so CT, you're so cute. I think you were talking about the mirror thing, or the walking past the mirror. She says, I do from the waist up. Acceptance is half the battle. CT, I love you. You are so much fun. It's so true. Like if we walk past the mirror, like we do things like that though too. We're okay with seeing like, okay, I'll be totally honest with you. This part that's showing right now, okay, not, I don't have like too much self-consciousness floating around about this part of my body. But those of you that know me, you already know where this is going. Okay. If this were to be a little bit lower and show my stomach, because I've had 3 babies in 19 months, I don't like it. I don't like it. So it's not that, and the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I want you to know that I'm human and I understand what it's like to have parts of your body that you refuse to see. And the thing is, it doesn't mean anything bad, like, oh, I can't believe, like in other words, I can't believe she wouldn't want to look at her stomach, she's beautiful, or her stomach is so flat or whatever. But I have my own insecurities, and I'm working on them, right? But there's aspects of things that I'm not comfortable with either, but I've come so far, right? So if I compare how I was when I first met Kim in 2019, or even right after I had my babies, oh my God, I'm a completely different person. The way that I love my body now is so different than even 5 years ago. Like the way that, like, I train a little bit differently than most of the people that, most of our members and even most of our other coaches. I don't do as much of the bodybuilding anymore. I do handstands and I do contortion training, and I train my body in a very different way now. I do a little bit of weightlifting because I need to protect the muscle that I have and put on as much as possible before it starts just to go bye-bye, right? But I don't train like a bodybuilder necessarily. I do strength-based stuff in a different way. This change in my training has caused me to love my body in a way that is like, I have never experienced it before, because I look at my 41-year-old body who has had 3 babies and I'm like, I cannot believe you could do half the stuff that you're doing at 41 years old. And it has brought me to a different level. So now I look at my stomach and I'm like, okay, there's so many wrinkles, and there's so much like, the hanging skin when you have babies, or if you've lost a lot of weight, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's not a lot I can do about that unless I go into surgery. So I have had to work really hard with myself to be like, listen, if you're not going to go into surgery and have it cut off, which is the choice that I'm making for myself, okay, no shame in getting it cut off. I'm not going into surgery. I'm going to have to learn to live with this. So how can I look at this stomach that has grown these children and be like, it's okay. It's okay that it doesn't look the way that you always hoped that it would. It's okay, right? And I'm not going to go into, okay, so no more coaching call stuff. But I have 25 minutes later, I meant to tell you guys this within the first 30 seconds, but here we are. Debbie saying, heck no, I'm 57 and you're going to see my muffins in all its glory. Yes, I love it. I love it so much. Jackie saying, I'm just not going to Nelson's. Oh, that's typo. I'm just not going to believe you anymore when you promise to not go off on a tangent. See, you guys already know. And if those of you don't know me by the end of this call, you're going to be like, you're either going to hate me or you're going to love me because I just go off on these tangents and that's not perimenopause brain. Okay. Let's let this person in. Here's what I did. I hope it doesn't get messed up. I'm going to be so like upset. Okay. I have my phone connected to the app and the computer and Zoom all at the same time. So does anybody want me to, well, I'm going to do it anyway if you want me to or not. Does anybody want me to log into the app and show you like how it looks inside the app and show you how to do certain things? Yeah. I see a lot of thumbs up. Okay. Because I was hoping you guys were not going to be like, no, I don't care about the app, even though that's why you're here. Okay. So I have it connected. I'm going to hit share screen. So I'm going to share the phone. Let's see. Deborah says, I'm 70. I just have to live with it and embrace it. Yeah, I think, you know what? There's so much freedom in being like, I'm just going to live with this. Now, it's different from being like, I'm not going to do anything to make myself healthier, stronger, healthy body fat, stuff like that. It's just looking at the things that really can't be fixed unless you go into surgery, right? And being like, okay, it's okay. It's perfectly okay that you look like that, right? Sorry, this light keeps getting, am I super dark, you guys? Like, is it obnoxiously dark? It's not too bad? Okay. Because that thing keeps turning and I feel like it's very dark. All right, are you guys ready? Here we go. I'm gonna do the damn thing. Yes. We're gonna hit share and you guys are gonna see my phone and it's gonna be glorious. Okay. Let's see. Advanced. All right. iPhone. If this actually works, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, because I've never done this before on the iPhone via cable. Yay. Okay. Share. I'm scared. Okay, connect your iPhone to click. Okay. Trust this. No, I don't want to do it like that. I think I'm going to do the, let's see, screen mirror. All right, hang on. Let me do it the other way. Pause. The first time when I practiced this, I did it via AirPlay. Okay, let me try one more version. And here it comes, I think. Screen mirror, yay! Can you guys see this? Can you see me and the screen share? Alex says yes. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna hit, let me finish this part first and see what it does, because it should bring up. Okay. Can you guys see this? It shows my phone on the screen and my face. I mean, you don't really have to see my face. Oh, wait, let me pull up the chat. Yes. Okay, yay, we're good. Okay, I'm gonna put the chat over here. Can you see my whole computer screen or just the phone? I'm just curious, just to make sure. Okay, because this, you should see my phone like background. Phone? Okay, and can you see my face? Okay, yay! Okay, because I think it'd be kind of weird to just be like talking to a screen with a voice and like no face. Okay, let me just put this. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, are you guys ready? I'm so excited. I've never done it this way before. I feel like very high tech. Okay, so as you guys can see, the sculpted menopause, we're gonna go into my, can you guys see that? Good? Everything's good? Okay, so what's gonna happen when you first log in? This is your primary, this is like your main dashboard, okay? As you can see, now I don't know if it's gonna show like when I press on something. Let me just see. You guys see the, can you see my computer mouse like kind of going around the view all? You can? Yeah. Oh, I love this. Oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. Okay. So here's what we're going to do first. I'm going to show you, this is like your main dashboard. So you open up the app and you're always going to come to this page. Okay. If you scroll, so what I love about this, oh my God, is that when you scroll, it's all vertically aligned. So you don't have to go like to side pages and be like, oh, up, down, side, side, side. Okay. So you keep scrolling. 8-week Buns and Guns 4.0 if you want to go in there. Follow along classes, all the dumbbell, cardio, yoga, ab, all of that stuff is in this tab. Training programs, that is all the regular gym, home gym, or follow along that aren't like the follow along yoga and ab stuff. Okay. Meal plans and recipes, discount stuff, all of our beautiful people down here at the bottom. Okay. But as you can see, this is just like a vertical lineup. Okay. Makes it very easy. So you know exactly where to go. You just keep scrolling to find what you need when it comes to the nutrition and the workouts. Okay. So let's go to Buns and Guns, shall we? I'm going to show you guys something really cool that I love. This is the first time that we've had this, of course, because it's the first time that we've had this app, but this is the first time that we've been able to incorporate a shred program with meal plans that are like literally one click that go into this part right here, nutrition. Okay. Can you guys see that? The nutrition area? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Let me just show you real quick how easy this is. Let's say you signed up for the app and you are going to do 8-week buns and guns. And you're like, I just need to see like what the meal plans look like. Okay. Once you go in there, same thing, vertical lineup. This is so important because I feel like it makes it easier for your brain to understand. You're just scrolling down. You're not like looking side to side and having this like chaotic lineup. Okay. Challenge guides. Let's go inside there. We have the nutrition guide, the training guide, the cardio guide. These are you could print them out. You don't have to. You can also save them to your device, but it's like a one pager. Okay. So instead of being overwhelmed by like 200 pages of PDF stuff, which is what we used to do, these are your guides. You could save them to your phone. You could save them to as like a background of your screensaver on your phone, or you can print them out. Okay. So if I go to nutrition guide, look at that. Okay, now you see this arrow? This is where you could save to your device or print. Super easy. This is the one pager. This is like the, oh my God, this is too overwhelming. I don't want to read too much stuff. I need one page. That's what this is for. So it's perfect for people like me because I get very overwhelmed by a lot of information. So that's that. And then you have the training guide is the same thing. Okay. So they are like little reminders, and you can see here like how to perform your sets. So those of you that have never worked out before, we have all the information that you could possibly need. And of course, we're always here to answer those, additional questions. And then the cardio guide, everybody's favorite. Just kidding. This is not anybody's favorite. So the cardio guide. All right. So you could see really quickly what's involved. I don't want to go through all the details and drive you guys crazy with Buns and Guns, but I just want you to kind of see at a glance. Okay. So you have these options, save them to multiple devices. You can save them to your iPad, your phone, your computer, print them out, hang them on your refrigerator, whatever you need. Let's see. Somebody is asking, can we keep Buns and Guns in the app if we discontinue the app? So this is a great question. Everybody listen to this answer really quickly because it's really important that you know this. You only have access to the things in the app while you are a subscriber to the app. Once you are no longer a subscriber, whether you are in for the 12 weeks or the full year, you don't have access to any of the stuff. Okay. Now, this is really important because it gets confusing. We're probably going to change this, and I don't want to overwhelm you right now, but we're probably going to change this down the road with future competitions. Right now, there's an option for you to join the app for 12 weeks, but this competition is 8 weeks. So a few people are confused with what that entails. Basically, what we're doing this time around, what's probably not going to be the same after this competition, is we're giving you 4 weeks free to play around in the app. So you're going to continue after the challenge is over for an additional 4 weeks, or unless you came in late, right? So then it would just depend on when you came in and when you joined. But you're basically getting 4 weeks free in the app after the program or after the shred challenge. So like I said, with future challenges, we may not do it that way. We might have them be 12-week challenges. So you only get access while you're doing the competition. Not totally sure yet, but just keep that in mind. Once you are no longer a subscriber to the app, you don't get any of the information that's in there. Okay, so great question. Thank you for asking that because I did mean to mention that at the beginning. Okay, so these are your challenge guides. That's it. Training, cardio, nutrition. Okay. Now, are you ready for the meal plan thing? I'll only show you one example. Okay, so it's not super overwhelming. We have omnivore, vegetarian, vegan, all the things. Let's say I'm getting ready to plan my meal plan. The competition hasn't started yet, but I already know I want omnivore. I'm like, this is what I want. I don't even care what's in the other ones. Okay. Omnivore, watch this very carefully. Okay. Week 1. So I'm going to select this, and you can view it in advance. Like, you don't have to immediately start it and have it plugged into your macro calculator. You could view it in advance, everything that it entails. You could scroll Monday, Tuesday looks like this. So you see these tabs up here. Very simple. Again, it's all vertically aligned, so you don't have to go crazy. Thursday, so you can kind of look at everything. This bookmark icon right here, everybody can see that. I don't know how big this is on your screens, but it's like it looks like a little book. If you tap that, you get the entire recipe. So this is when you're getting ready to prepare it. Very easy. So you don't have to go back to the dashboard and type in the name of the recipe to find it. Okay. All right. Let's say you're looking at this, and remember, this is just for week 1. Okay. So this is everything for week 1 that you're going to need. Start plan. Let's say you've chosen this start plan. You're going to pick the day. I'm going to choose to start it today, March 17, and let's just say end it tomorrow. You would choose the start of the challenge, end of the challenge, or longer. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now look down here, schedule plan. This is very important. Oh, let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, okay. So really quickly before I finish this one, will this app replace the original TSV app? Yes, it is, because the original TSV app can no longer be downloaded. If you have the original TSV app already on your phone, as long as it's downloaded onto your device, you can continue using it. Totally fine. It's just that once you delete it, or if something happens to it, God forbid, and it deletes itself off your device, it's not in the app store anymore, so you won't find it. It's been discontinued. So yes, this does replace that one, but you can keep using that one for as long as you want. We're just not updating anything in there anymore. Great question. Let's see. Debbie says, I have done past challenges and this meal feature is so much easier. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. This is like my favorite part of the whole thing. Okay, so schedule plan. Here we go. Ready? All right, now we're back to, look it down here. So this is the dashboard, the home page. The apple is the nutrition. Makes it kind of like super intuitive. You already know. This is the community forum, which is just like Facebook. I'll show you guys that in a second. I'll explain the other two in a minute. So look here, view meal plan. Okay, this is where you're going to go to view the plan. And if you want to remove it because you change your mind, remove meal plan. Very simple, very easy, right? All right, so let's say I want to go to view meal. I try to click on it with my mouse. That would be nice if you could do it either way. So go to view meal plan and look up here. This, you can print it off. Same thing. Okay, so you hit share, you can send it to whoever. Okay, not whoever, but to whatever device. All right, so we'll go back. Now let's just say, look at this. All the meals are there for today because I hit start today, right? So look, you don't even have to plug anything into your macro calculator. Look at that. It's so easy. Let's say you decide, I don't like this breakfast. This is just, I don't want it. I want nothing to do with it, but I like the rest of it. Okay. You're going to go to edit here, and then you can hit delete. So easy. Okay. Then you just deleted that meal. Then you can go back into the recipe book up at the top here and pick something else, whatever you want. Okay. So, oh wait, let me let this person in. Ooh, sorry. Christine says, I can't see it on my phone. I don't know why. Oh, Christine, can you only see my face? Type in there. Is anybody else on their phone that can't see it? The issue with the screen share, I think sometimes with the phone, is that if the screen is too small, like your phone screen, it's only gonna, like, it's not gonna be able to show everything, like the screen share and my face. So it may be choosing to show speaker, like you may be on speaker gallery. So double check. Is anybody else on their phone that is not able to see? Let's see. Oh, Christine found it. Yes, perfect. Awesome. Okay. So the meal plan feature is amazing because it plugs it in there automatically. Now here's something that's really important where it says view meal plan. Oh, actually, let me go to this one first. I don't want to confuse you guys. So this is the dashboard, the house icon. Okay. I'm going to show you something. If you decide to start the meal plan, we're going to change this button, but it may not be for a few weeks. So just in case, if you decide to start the meal plan, like you're planning today, but you don't want to start it until the 24th, like onboarding week. Okay. You plug it in when you want it to start. So when you want it to show up in your nutrition for the day, you have to go to view all up here at the top. This is anything that you have scheduled into your calendar will be here. So you can plan things in advance. You can plan other meal plans in advance. You can plan the whole 8 weeks in advance. It's all going to be here in view all. We may change that button to say something like scheduled plans or something like that, but just be aware for right now, until we change that, it's going to just be under view all. It's not super intuitive yet in that way. So this is also anything like you'll see here. It says 6 days until Mexico. I'm going to Mexico next week. So you can plug in your events if you want to get ready for a special event like a wedding or a vacation or something like that. You can plug everything in there. So view all. So do you see I have Mexico? And then week 1 omnivore meal plan started today, right? If you're like, I don't want to go to Mexico anymore, let's just delete that. Delete. Goodbye, Mexico. I don't want the omnivore meal plan anymore. Oh, by the way, I'm going right here for the delete. Okay. Delete week 1. I don't want that anymore. I'm over it. This is where you would add your events. You can add anything you want to keep track. Okay. Now, is anybody overwhelmed? Should I like slow down a little bit? Anybody have questions before I get a little crazy? I think I've already did go crazy, but it's okay. This is just who I am. At least I slowed myself down, you guys. This is like a big, huge like moment in time. I don't ever slow myself down. All right. What else can I show you guys? Oh, by the way, this part up here, you will see how the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is a little bit cut off. If you guys notice this in your device, it's because you have the text of your phone or your device zoomed in. I can't see worth a crap. So I have this like majorly zoomed in. And the only thing is right now, the app isn't like set to be able to change that to make the text smaller versus larger, right? So if on your device, you have it to be like the text to be zoomed in, it'll look like that for just some of the things. So don't think that it's broken or anything is wrong like that. But we are fixing that at some point. Let's see. All right. Somebody is saying, oh wait, hold on. Let's see. Where do you find the add event? It just says my calendar with a, excuse me, with a blank page at the moment. Okay. So you have to go to view all. All right. So up here, I wonder if okay, because I deleted all mine. Okay. So go to view all and then see at the bottom. I don't know if you could see this. Let's see. Fiona is the one who said it. Fiona, can you see at the bottom here where my mouse is like circling? You should see at the bottom of that page, add event. Oh, it's not there at the bottom. Do you just have a blank page, Fiona? See. Oh, Fiona's video thing is not on. Okay. What I want you to do if you're seeing a blank page is go double check in your, I'll even show you right now. Go double check in your app store right here. If you type in the sculpted menopause, check to see if there's an update due. So this will say open when there's no update, and it will say update if there's an update due. If anything is wonky, because we're making so many updates, like basically every couple days there's an update as we change things around. So double check that and let me know if that works. That's usually what happens with stuff like that for right now, because we are taking in so many requests to make things better for you guys. So for right now, it's probably going to be a lot of updates. All right, let's see. Exercises are PDF or video. So you guys can choose if you want to do the follow along. Nothing is a PDF anymore, by the way, but you can print out the exercises. So if you go to, actually, let me just double check if we have. All right, so let's see. We have 8-week buns and guns. Oh, by the way, right here, you could put all the habits you want, okay? As you check them off, look, woo, handstands. Oh, handstands again. I did all kinds of handstands today. It's amazing. I've just been sitting here talking, doing handstands. Look at all this stuff getting done. Okay, so I have all of these. You can make it to be like, look, every Monday back bends, for example, water 2 liters. You could do it for specific days of the week or every day. You check them off. Let me just show you guys this really quickly before I forget, because I find this, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, this is the most exciting thing. There's a leaderboard. When you check off habits, that gives you points, awards you points. So you could check off habits and it gives you points. When you log a meal, it gives you points. When you make a post in the community forum, there's various things that you do when you're super engaged in the app. It awards you points. And then right down here, see where the people are in this icon on the bottom? It's just like Facebook. Oh my God. Okay. So even if you guys don't do buns and guns and you're just like, I just want the app because Facebook sucks and I just want to move away from it and this is amazing. It's just like Facebook. So look at all the posts. You can like things, you can comment on things, and then look at here. This is the best. This is everybody's favorite, the leaderboard. Now, we have the top 3 contenders. Lisa is currently in first place. Rona is in third. Sandra is in second. And then you have the next people in line. So this is really fun because we're going to start awarding prizes to the top 3. If you have a competitive spirit, this is pure gold. This is just an extra thing that can keep you guys motivated, keep you guys going, make sure that you're interacting with the app, you know, in case you forget. All right, so let's see. I just love the community thing. I'll show you something else in a second here. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Fiona says, yay, it says there's an update. Thank you. That fixed it. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy when something works the first time. I get so excited. Yeah, so if anything seems a little wonky in your app, that's the first thing that we suggest to do. Go to the App Store and just double check that it says update or open, and you will know for sure. We are literally making updates constantly right now, but please rest assured that it's not always going to be this like crazy with the updates. It's just because we're listening to you guys and the things that you want and the things that you need and the little bugs and stuff that are kind of still hanging around. We're fixing those. And so it's a good thing, but it could be a little annoying for some people, but hang in there because it won't be that crazy for long. Okay, let's see. I'm going to actually make this question part bigger. Nicole is saying, hold on. There we go. I'm nervous about the energy output throughout the challenge and then being able to manage daily tasks and family commitments. Can you please speak to how others beginning with really low energy have coped with that, please? This is a really good question because this was my biggest fear also. When I first joined, as I was sharing the story at the beginning, I'm not sure if you were here, but I did the 4-week shred and I was very scared because I had 3 babies and I was getting up at 3 a.m. to teach on China's time zone. And I was terrified because who the hell has 3 babies, decides to do a 4-week shred, and then also has to be working on China's time zone when they live in the US. And I was terrified. One thing I have to tell you, Nicole, is that, first of all, we always promise to be totally honest with you guys. The shred is not going to be easy, okay? It's going to, if this is the first time that you have ever done one of our shreds, you're going to feel pretty tired. In the beginning, there's 2 things that could happen. In the beginning, you could have a surge of adrenaline because of the excitement and the energy of like starting something new and all the hope and all the fun of the leaderboard, let's say, and stuff like that. And so it could carry you for about a week or so. The other thing that happens is some people don't give 2 craps about the energy of a new program and they are exhausted immediately because like if you're used to eating twice as many calories and then you're coming in and you're starting at 1500, that's a big discrepancy, right? And so you may hit this moment within the first 2 days of like, oh my God, this is horrendous. Okay. But please know it does not last the whole entire 8 weeks for most people. Sometimes it will start in the beginning and then you'll get more and more energy as it goes on because you get used to it. And sometimes it will be really good for the first half. And then the last half, the last 4 weeks or so will be a little bit hard. The most real way that I can answer this, Nicole, is that when we are nervous about something, it's because we are unfamiliar with it. It's because it's uncharted territory for us. And the best way to get that question answered is to start it, is to go through with it, is to be like, okay, I'm going to give it a test and see how my body responds. And also, like, not going to lie, but getting used to telling yourself that I can do hard shit. Like I can do hard shit and it's okay, right? Learning to trust yourselves is really difficult if you guys are not used to ever being in that place to trust yourself. So it is really hard. This is majority a mental thing. This is not a physical thing. I know it seems like it's a physical thing because it's a physical competition and you're moving your body and you're doing all this stuff for your physical body, but it's all up here. Part of what I like, particularly because I love this stuff, I teach a lot on the coaching calls. If you decide to do the coaching call add-on, I talk about this incessantly, the psychology behind being able to go through with an 8-week shred like this, especially if you're terrified. If you're terrified of something, I want to encourage you guys to do it anyway. At least start. Worst comes to worst and you're like, this is not for me. This is not the right time. I just cannot do this for whatever reason. It's okay to put it on hold and be like, this was not the best time for me. But start and see what you're made of and see, like, you may really shock yourselves. The majority of the time when people start, they're like, oh my God, I didn't think I could even get through the first 2 days. And here they are like 4 weeks later, 6 weeks later, sending in their final pictures like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. So give yourself the chance to do something really hard, even if it's scary. I promise you, you're going to surprise yourself. It just seems scary because you've never done it before. And it should be scary if you guys haven't done something before. That's like the scariest thing, is to walk headfirst into something that you have no idea what you're getting into. It is so scary, but it's not as bad as it seems. You're going to have moments when you're tired. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have moments where you want to quit. I'm not going to lie to you, but we are going to prepare you in the coaching calls. If you decide to get the coaching add-on, which if you guys can afford it, I highly recommend, because we all have our little like specialty that we focus on with the coaching calls, but I have like little tactics and little tricks that I will teach you guys about the psychology behind what to expect in the first week, in the first day, in the day after, leading up to it, like all of these little things that happen to our brains. When you know that your brain is doing something because it's supposed to be, and you expect it because I have taught this to you, and Kim has taught you things, and Laura has taught you things, and whatever, it is so much easier to handle that when you know what's coming. So that's why I say this is a psychology challenge. This is not a physical challenge. So it's those with the strongest minds are going to get through. But you, and if right now, if you feel like your mind is not yet there, we help you with that. We'll help you. So if you're scared, you should be scared, but in a good way. So give it a shot. And it's okay. If you decide it's not for you, it's okay. But we do have 3-day, 4-day, 5-day choices. So if you're like, I've never worked out a day in my life, I can't just jump into a 5-day thing. We've never customized it in this way before. And I'll show you that actually too. This is the other part I wanted to show you really quickly, because there's so much I want to show you guys. I could do like a 3-hour masterclass, but I won't do that to you. But there's so much, and it could be very overwhelming, but this can be at least to get you guys started in the app. So when you have at least an idea of where to go, like looking at these guides first, right? And making sure, like even printing some off just to look at, I would start as soon as you can. So that's the meal plans. You add them in, you go through all that. I'll show you really quickly the training programs, gym, home gym, follow along. Okay, are you ready for this? Let's say you're like, I am terrified of the gym and I do not want a gym membership. Okay. Home gym, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day. Let's say you're like, I've never worked out a day in my life. I have no idea how to do a squat. Totally fine. 3-day, and look, 3-day beginner, 3-day intermediate, 3-day advanced. You could be somebody you could be 80 years old and you've never worked out a day in your life, and you could still do this program with insane success, safely, manageably, right? Realistically, beginner. And then this is the same thing you would hit start program. So look, you can view everything ahead of time and be like, okay, what's going on here? What can I be prepared for? Okay. So remember, this is just the view. I'm going sideways now just to see the different days of the week. And then you hit start program. And then when you hit start program, it's going to be in this part here. So do you see how my workout says jump back in? This is not a buns and guns workout. This is just a different one, but it'll show you what workout is coming next. I keep looking over here because all of your beautiful faces are here, but my camera is here. So I have to catch myself with that. Okay. Let's see. Let's get to your questions. More questions. Let's see. Alicia says, hi, forgive me if this has already been asked as I just jumped on. It's totally okay. Will Buns and Guns have body weight only workouts? And if yes, will they be video follow along? I know the app has body weight workouts, but I mean the next challenge specifically. So let's go to training programs. The follow along is what you want for, I think we may have I think we do have just body weight actually. Let me just look real quick. Yes, get coached through the most effective body weight. Okay, so we'll have dumbbells. I don't think we have any that don't have dumbbells for the follow along. I'm pretty sure, but let me see. I thought we had. Yeah, I don't think we have only body weights. Let me see what the 5-day looks like. Yeah, I think they all have dumbbells, like one set of dumbbells. But if you do the follow along, let's say 3-day. Yeah, so this goes lower body abs, upper body abs, lower. So lower, upper, lower. And then I think it stays that way throughout the same thing. So if you do the 3-day, if you're somebody that is concerned about like needing body weight because you don't have dumbbells, let's say, for the most part, you could potentially swap some things. You may have to add in a workout plan that is not part of Buns and Guns and start that one instead. I'll double check for you actually, Alicia, and let me make a note here to just see if we're going to add, because I thought we were going to add body weight, but we may not have those yet, but I'm not sure. We may have changed. Let me just make a note here. Alicia, And I'll go ahead and tag you in the menopause group. Okay. So when I find out for sure, I don't want to give you the wrong answer. Body weight only. Okay. So I will double check for you. Okay. All right, let's see. Jackie says, does the leaderboard reset week to week? We are resetting it each week. We may change that to reset every 4 weeks, but I don't think we're going to do that until after the challenge. I think we're going to continue to reset it each week so everybody has a realistic chance. If we make any changes to that resetting timeline, we will let you guys know on the app and in the group on Facebook. So definitely, like any kind of notes, like you'll see here in the community icon. If you look up here where it's posted, pinned to the top, any kind of notifications or not notifications, announcements that we have for you will always be pinned to the top too. So anything, if we're like, hey, we're going to start resetting it every 4 weeks as part of Buns and Guns, for example, you'll know up there for the pin post, and we'll post it in the Facebook. But for now, yes, week to week we reset everything, gives everybody a fair chance. Let's see. Fiona says it didn't make the rocket ship at the bottom right of the main screen appear. So the rocket, oh yeah, I see somebody answered you. Thank you, Robin, for answering. It's very, very kind of you. The rocket ship is only going to appear. So you'll see that on mine because I'm a coach. This is if you purchase the coaching add-on. So then you will have this rocket icon, and look at this. Are you ready? It's so easy, you guys. I'm just in love. I want to marry the app. Look, live coaching calls, coaching call replay. It's amazing. So here's what it's going to do. Are you ready? It's going to bump you out of the app and send you directly to Zoom or our YouTube playlist for the replays. So you'll see, look, coaching call replays, you go to our YouTube playlist. So you can watch, you can catch up on everything all from right there. Okay. You hit done, you go live coaching call. This is going to bump you out to Zoom. Let's see what it does here for mine. Yep. So you'll have to download it if you don't already have it. So everything is super easy. You don't have to, like, there's obviously a learning curve with every app or anything that you guys download, right? But we try to make it as intuitive as possible, always having that vertical lineup for everything. The only difference is if you're scrolling side to side, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll have to scroll, swipe to the left to see the days of the week. Everything else is vertically aligned, which I love. Look really quickly here to this bar graph on the bottom. This is your progress. Okay. So what we have is you could do progress on literally anything. Okay. So if you see waist at belly button, if you're going to measure a body part, you want to be super specific, by the way, because waist, what does waist mean? Does that mean the last rib of your rib cage? Does that mean your belly button? Does it mean your hips? Like, be very specific so you always know what to measure. And then this thing I did on purpose because look at the weight. Do you see this little graph? I love this graph. I did this actually initially to show a one-on-one client how normal it is to have your weight be all over the freaking place. Like, look at this. This is my weight. I weighed like every few days. And then I missed a couple days. So this is like, it's going to show you the progress. Very normal for those of you that are a little obsessed with the scale, and it's going up and it's going down and it's going all these places. Very normal. And it has all this. And then you could just add entry here. Okay. Photos, you can add any metric, by the way. If you want to measure your bicep, if you want to measure your butt, how big your butt is getting, which is amazing. You can post a picture of your butt if you want. Look over here and hold on. Photos. I don't have any photos here, thank God, because if I had my butt on there, that would be scary. But right here. So you hit that camera icon. Dun, 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 dun. Let me show you what it does. Take a photo. I'm going to take a photo of you guys. Yay. All right. So here's what it does. It's going to post it here, and you have your own like little dashboard of your photos. So it'll just align them side by side so you can see as you go. And I love this because it just makes it so, by the way, when you do these little progress things, you get points. Don't tell anybody that I said that. You get points for the leaderboard. Okay. So all these things. Sandra says, Coach Vanessa's coaching call is amazing. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I love you. Alex says, yes, it is. You guys are so sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Can you change the level and days at any time? You absolutely can. If you guys jump into the 3-day and you're like, okay, I'm stronger than I thought I was. I have way more free time than I thought I did. I want the 5-day. Put me there immediately. You would just go into the next. So here's what you would do. You would just start the next one. When you go to start another plan, it will have you, let's see. Let me show you what this does. Okay. So I'm going to do training program. I'm just going to pick randomly. Okay. So I'm going to do 3-day beginner, start program. Look at all of this. Is there anything in here? I was wondering if it was going to show. Okay. Let me let Fiona back in. Fiona disappeared on us. She's coming back. She's coming back. Oh, it's a different Fiona. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Oh, let me just show you this really quickly. So yes, if you're going to change, what it's going to do is you're going to select start program and it's going to say you're already in a program or something to that effect. Do you want to cancel the other one? And you would just hit cancel or some kind of verbiage like that. All right. So watch this. You're going to do push-ups. This just kind of tells you what to do, what to expect. Okay. So you'll swipe down. No. Okay. We have timers. Well, we have rest timers. Let's say you did 10. Oh my gosh, set complete. Keep it up. Here we go. Here we go. You can add a set. Oh, I didn't hit the timer thing. Hold on. All sets complete. Okay, so see the timer up here for your rest? Everybody can see that part at the top. I don't know if you could see it easily. So the timer is up there and then you hit stop. So this is going to be really, the time thing is really important because here's the deal. When we're not very conditioned or very fit or very strong, and we're just not used to working out or whatever, we are going to need longer breaks and we're going to feel like we need very long breaks. The goal here, why we specify the rest time, is so that you could push yourselves beyond what you think you are capable of, which gives you better results. Now, if you are dying on the floor and you're like, I need more than a minute, it's perfectly fine to take more than a minute and to adjust the rest time as you go. But we give you that because that will give you the best possible conditioning, which will help you burn fat also because you're pushing yourself harder, right? So you're burning more calories, you're working harder, you're not dying on the floor, although you may be dying on the floor and that's okay too. But you could do it for as long as you want. So that's the timer thing. Let me see. No. Can you swap out an exercise for another for that body part, just like you could swap out a meal? Okay, so currently we don't have the ability to be able to swap out like exercise by exercise, but what you can do is, let's say you are like, oh, I have push-ups. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's say I have push-ups, but you're like, I don't feel like doing a push-up. I want to do a chest press. I feel like beasting it today, and push-ups, I don't want it. So you go here to this 3 lines, okay? And view or add notes, okay? So actually, let me see, edit entry. Is that going to be the same as view? That's a new update. Let's see, I don't know what that one does. Okay, I'm not sure what that one, hold on. All right, view and add notes. So you could say incline, dumbbell, chest press for right now. As we go along, we are going to make an update where you guys can swap out exercises. I just don't know if it's going to be there by the time the challenge starts or before it ends. So for now, this is how you would be, kind of get through that. You would hit done. Now here's the cool part. Do you see, look at number 2. The cool part is the next time you go to do push-ups, it's going to be, if you scroll, like you won't see it here yet, it's going, actually, I'll show you what it looks like on mine. It's going to show you what you did last time if it's the exact same exercise. So next time you have push-ups, for example, you'll see like a note there that says, oh, I did chest press or something. I did dumbbell chest press on an incline. Here's what I did last time. You would use that to try to see if you could bump up in some way, either do like 1 extra rep or bump up like 2 pounds or something like that. So, okay. Oh, here's what it does, by the way. So I started 2 programs and you could jump back in. You can leave one there, the old one. If you started the 3-day and you're like, I'm going to do 5-day now, you can leave it there, or you could just go delete it like that. Okay. So you would do that with the 3. Anytime you see the 3 lines, it's like, think of 3 lines as options, right? Delete, edit, things like that. So I will show you what it looks like if I can. I don't want to waste too much of your time because this one, I don't know if, let's see, I did, oh, here's one that I change often. Smith reverse hyper. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so do you see this on February 17th? You see how I wrote booty builder? So instead of doing the Smith reverse hyper, I use the booty builder machine, and then I have the 12 reps times 50 pounds. And so it pulls it up. So you could look at previous days based on the date, and you can use that to help yourself progressively overload in some kind of way. So if the exercise that you want to do isn't even on there for that day, but you're like, oh, I see a new machine, I want to try it, or I see a new whatever, I want to try it, make the notes there, because just know the next time that original exercise comes up, you're going to have the option to see how you adjusted it, how you change it. And remember, at some point soon, hopefully fairly soon, you will be able to change the individual exercises out, swap them out. But for now, that's the workaround. Let's see. Oh, Michelle is asking. Oh, Michelle, this is my favorite question. Do you know why? Because I can't answer it. Okay. Michelle is asking, meal prepping advice, please, on when and how long does it take? Okay. The reason why I can't answer this, and I'm going to be totally honest with you, is because I don't meal prep because I work from home and I grab things as I go. So I've never been in a position where I needed to meal prep because I'm going out of the house for the day. So I can't truthfully answer that, but I will tell you on average what the majority of people do, especially for this program, the original version that we had, is that they take Sundays and it takes about 3 hours on Sunday to prepare all the meals for like the whole week. So it's not too bad, right? But you have to really be like, I would say give yourself Saturday and Sunday, either this Saturday and Sunday or the following one, to be like, I'm going to start making things, freeze them in advance. And by the way, I would totally post in the Facebook group and in this little community section here and ask for advice from others who have done it or who are currently doing it. Hey, any tips on the meal prepping? Did you find the omnivore meal plan super easy? How long did it take for week one? Our members, our ladies, are the best humans on the planet. They will help you more than you even want to be helped. They will tell you details that you don't even want to know, that you didn't even think you needed to know. Okay. So don't be afraid to ask. If we as the coaches cannot answer that question, which doesn't happen often, but me, like any kind of like meal prepping thing, I'm not the person to go to. I will be totally honest. I don't, I will eat green beans from a can. Yeah, I'm that person. It's okay. No shame. But yeah, I don't do a lot of the meal planning or any meal planning, but hopefully that helps at least a little bit, just to give you, Saturday or Sunday, 3 hours or so for the whole week, and you're good to go. Christine is asking, was the original Buns and Guns 6 day a week workout? It was 6 day a week workout, but you know what we are doing now? Here's what we have found. I think this is a great way to look at this, because we have had this question come up in the groups, okay? Quite frequently, actually. The original Buns and Guns was 6 days a week of workouts, and people are concerned that it's not going to be as effective because now we have 3, 4, 5 day. Okay. Here's the deal. Your results are not coming from the workouts, the strength workouts. They're coming from your diet and your cardio. Your cardio is a boost for the fat loss. It gives you extra fat loss. The strength training is just to maintain as much muscle as humanly possible while you are in a deficit. That's what the strength training is for. Okay. Now, is it better to work out more frequently, like 5 day, like, you have the option for 3, 4, or 5 day, if you're able to work out 5 days a week consistently? Yes, that would be better than the 3 day. However, here's where the psychology comes in. If you are somebody that realistically cannot be consistent with 5 days a week, and you, let's say, do the first week 5 days and you are so completely drained, you have been run through the ground and just dragged by your hair on the cement by a piece of machinery. I don't know, right? Like the worst possible thing. CT is like, I don't know about this girl. You do that because you're like, oh, I'm so excited. It's 5 days a week and I want to like have the best possible results. And then you can't recover for the whole next rest of the week. Now you've done 5 workouts and then the next week you're like dying in bed because you've never done that before. And you're pushing way too hard at the start as somebody who has maybe never worked out before. So what this allows you guys to do is take your current place in this workout world, right? Your current fitness level, your current schedule realities of like, you may have the craziest work schedule and you can't commit to 5 days a week. We want to teach you consistency. This gives you an option no matter where you are starting from. If you have never worked out a day in your life, 3 days a week is perfect for the entire 8 weeks. You will see probably better results doing that than trying to do 5 days a week, running yourself into the ground. You've never worked out before, or it's been 10 years since you've worked out. You have a completely different body, completely different hormonal makeup. You're highly stress reactive because you're in the middle of menopause, dying, right? And now you're trying to do this 5 day a week crazy shred and you're on 1,500 calories and right. So you don't need to do that to yourselves. Now, if you are an advanced lifter, 5 days a week is perfectly fine on a shred and it's not going to bother you at all. But a lot of you guys are not in that level. So even trying to do 6 days a week or thinking that 6 days a week is better, it's not for most people. So this is where the customization is really going to benefit you guys, especially in this age that we are entering in now. Remember, our recovery can potentially be slower than it was 10 years ago. And the reality is that if we're going to be so tired that we can't even put forth enough effort into each individual workout because we're trying to go balls to the wall, that's not going to help you at all, right? So we want to think of consistency, which is the most important thing. which, overall for everything, what can you be consistent with realistically with your schedule, with everything else, with your current fitness level? And then knowing that the deficit from your nutrition is where all of the results are coming from, like 90% of the results are coming from that. And then the cardio is an extra boost. The cardio, the way that we have you guys doing it, is also going to help with recovery. So we don't have you guys doing jumping crazy, batshit nuts cardio. We have you guys doing restorative cardio. So that's going to also help with the recovery, help you guys sleep better, right? So we have thought of all of it. Kim is very wise. She's very wise. Okay. So being able to customize it is the greatest thing, the greatest gift that we could give you guys, instead of being like, no, 6 days a week. And that's it. And if you're not doing 6 days a week, how dare you? Right. Because back when we first started making these programs, we didn't have a lot of menopausal women. We had younger women. Like, so realistically, it made sense to be like, okay, balls to the wall, go, go, go. You're only 30. You got this, 20, 30, whatever. It doesn't work that way anymore. Again, it's okay, and don't be scared if you are already an advanced lifter and 5 days a week is perfectly fine for you. You're not going to harm anything, but you'll know if you're in that place or not, right? You can even start at 3, and by the time you're done with the 8 weeks, you're on 5 days. That would be a nice little progress point, right? But you don't have to push it. It's more important that you guys stay consistent. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. If doing cardio and weight training in the same gym visit, which should we do first? Okay, great question. So cardio and weight training, if it's in the same thing back to back, weights first, cardio second. Pretty like always if you can. Okay, so we want as much energy as possible going to the weightlifting so that your strength is like as maximum as it can be in that moment that day, right? Strength, power, endurance, stuff like that, everything, all the energy that you possibly have to go to the strength training, because we want to preserve your precious muscle tissue. We don't want it to go bye-bye, okay? So we want all your energy going towards that. Then the LISS cardio, which is low intensity, steady state cardio, you don't need energy to do that. You just have to put one foot in front of the other and just hold on for dear life, because you're going slow anyway. So don't be scared. Listen, here's a little tip. And don't tell anybody I told you guys this. This is unique to this group only. I'm just kidding. But if you do your cardio, your LISS cardio, this type of cardio is so amazing. We actually encourage you guys to watch Netflix during your cardio. Watch TV, watch Netflix, scroll on your phone, do whatever. Because this type of cardio is slow. You're staying in a fat burn. Now you're not going too slow, okay? We give you the fat burning zone. We give you all the information you need. We make it very easy, okay? But you could totally catch up on your favorite Netflix show, whatever you want. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're not going to shame you. We want you to do that. We want you to watch TV while you're doing your cardio. Still pay attention to the metrics that we give you here and there every 10 minutes or so. But we want it to be calming and soothing and in the fat burning zone and not stressing you out. And so the cardio will, for a lot of you guys, become your favorite. For me, it was always my me time. I'm like, yes, I can't wait for my cardio. I can do, oh my God, I got to catch up on this show. This is so great. La, la, la. Right. So it's amazing. We're not going to run you guys into the ground. I think the most important thing that you guys can take away from this when it comes to buns and guns and being scared and wondering if you can do it is that it's customizable to you guys now based on perimenopause and beyond for that specific reason. You are not going to need to do 6 days a week, balls to the wall, run yourself into the ground to see good results, because that's actually not going to give you the best results. So we're trying to, for everybody, for all of us, no matter what age we are, we're trying to get used to separating what used to work in the past and what was fine in the past, like what didn't cause us any issues in the past, with like, this is the current, and not looking at it in a bad way or a negative way or a sad way. Just this is my body now. So this is my body now. How can I nurture it while still being able to reach my goals in a healthy, safe way that makes me feel good about myself, that keeps me consistent, that is realistic with my schedule, my needs, my desires, my family schedule, all the things. If we try to force you into a program rather than building a program around you, you're not going to be successful. It makes it miserable, right? And we don't need any more misery, okay? We're already dealing with hot flashes and night sweats and okay? We don't need any more misery, for the love of God, right? Okay. Oh, and somebody's asking about injuries. We are adding injury plans. I don't know if they're in there yet. Let me see. We are like literally just added them in, I think like a day or two ago. Let me check if they're in there yet. They may not be in there yet, but they will be there in like a day or two if they're not. Let me see. I think they might be in the gym. Let me see. Not in there yet, maybe. Do we know? Coach Dre, Coach Alex, do we know? Hold on, let me. Dun, 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 dun. Does anybody know? Anyways, I don't think they're in there yet, but they will be in there. So we are definitely having them in there before Buns and Guns starts. So the injury programs, you're good to go for that. I just don't know when. I thought we put them in there already. Sandra says, I think they are in with the regular training plans. Oh, they're in the regular ones, not B&G, but I think we are bringing them to B&G, to Buns and Guns. Are we not? Maybe I'm wrong. Oh my gosh. Oh, and by the way, here's the challenge rules, just as a side note, so you guys know how to be eligible, how to take your pictures. Pay very close attention to this. We have people submit pictures and they didn't listen to the rules and they had to go bye-bye. And their pictures were amazing and it's really sad. So really pay attention to the challenge rules. I'll double check on the injury thing. The injury thing may actually be in the regular, if we're not moving them over to Buns and Guns, in that case, you would have to probably start a regular training program, which you could totally do. Let's just see, Jim. Do we have them in this part, you guys? Injuries. Oh, I found it. Okay, so here's the deal. If you sign up for Buns and Guns, and let's just say for whatever reason this doesn't get put into the Buns and Guns folder, you have access to everything in the app. So you would just come over here into the training plan area and select the injuries, and you could totally do any of these. Okay. So I'm not totally sure if we're going to officially put them in Buns and Guns, but you guys will have access to them. So every single thing in the app, you're not getting like a limited access to the app situation. Even if you just join for Buns and Guns, you get 12 weeks full access to the app. So yeah, you could totally choose one of these. If by some weird chance, I thought we were going to put them in Buns and Guns, but maybe not. And somebody is saying, so this will be the last question because I'm running you guys overtime. I'm so sorry, but I'm just really excited about this app. I love it so much. Sophie is asking, are the pics to be uploaded via the app? So great question, but there is a special link. I don't think we're going to link it to the app, but there's a special link. I'll show you. And you will submit it and it will go to our like private website. And you may not have the link. Oh wait, hold on, let's see. Because we usually don't make the link active. Click here to submit your photos. Yeah, that's not active yet. So we will give you a special link and the link is where you're going to upload it and it will come to us personally on our team. It does not get put on the internet anywhere. Now I will say, because you're going to read this in the challenge thing. If you are the winner, right, the grand prize $10,000 winner, you would have to consent to your pictures being used for marketing purposes at some point, perhaps. So just be aware of that. And if you're not okay with that, please think long and hard before you submit pictures and all of that. So yeah, so that's that. But outside of that, I think we are all, oh, look, and yeah, I didn't mention this, the 1-day workout streak. So as you get your workouts done, you will hit complete and it will show you how many days, how many workouts. I'm obviously a very bad girl because I only have a 1-day workout streak. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Oh my goodness. I love you guys. I'm so sorry it took like forever, but I hope you have like a better understanding of the app Buns and Guns. And just know that like with the coaching call add-on, by the way, if you're like, you could just do the coaching call add-on for just the 12 weeks. You don't have to do it for the whole year, but there is an option to do a coaching call add-on with the app with the 1-year purchase. So you could have coaching with me for a whole year. Oh my God, who wouldn't want that? Are you guys kidding me? Like seriously. We are amazing. Our coaching calls are why people win. I'm just saying, because it is not just about looking at the workout program and being like, okay, here we go. The nutrition program, here we go. It is all of this stuff in here, all of this stuff. If this is a disaster, this is going to be a disaster. I'm sorry, but somebody has to say it, right? And we all kind of know that intuitively. This has to be really strong, really resilient, and also like ready to experience things and to be open to things and to be like, okay, this is what I expect, right? So it is all like, it's all up here. The coaching calls will teach you a lot. All right, everybody. This is going to be my official goodbye, 20 minutes late. I hope I didn't talk too fast and make things too confusing, but I'm so excited that I got this cable thing attached to it. This is the first time I've ever like used real technology. Like I am living in 2025 today for the first time ever. So congratulations to you all for witnessing this. It was wonderful to see all your beautiful faces. if there's anything that I didn't answer, or you feel like, by the way, if you came to this call and you're like, oh, I got all my answers, this is great, you can come to every other call. We're not going to be like, oh no, Debbie, she came to Vanessa's call, she can't come into any other ones. Like, come to all of them. If you guys are still not convinced, if you have more questions that I didn't tackle today, come to all of them. Like, you guys are more than welcome. The more the merrier. We love a party. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here, and hopefully I will see you inside the app.